In this demo, we're going to send a data to different recipients, and then they will upload that data to the different databases. On the way to the recipient, we're going to encrypt the data, and we're going to send it through an unsecure channel, and then we're going to decrypt the data and then upload it to the databases. So let's start. So we'll get a start node, and then we'll get a canned data source. So it's just a string source, and then we'll encrypt that. Okay, so let's populate the source. So the source contains an array of JSON data from the customer's database, or customer's table. And then we're going to encrypt that uh, using the Arc Crypto encryption algorithm. So it's a triple encryption. We'll set the compression password, the encryption password, and then we'll set the public key, document ID containing the public key of the recipient. Okay. Next, we'll send that through an unsecured channel. And then it will be picked up by the respective consumers of the uh, the message. So these images are, they don't do anything to the data. They're just a representation of who's gonna receive the data, but they are actually not doing anything to the data. Okay, so next, we're going to decrypt the data that is received by the recipients. So each of them will have their decryption sequence. We'll save this. I'll say, and then we'll send the data to their respective databases. So we have a PostgreSQL database, a SQL Server database. We have a an Oracle database, and we also have a MySQL database. And then we'll end it. We'll put a terminator. Okay, so let's try that. Let's run that without. So we didn't set any decryption key, so we expect that the it will fail in that point at that point. Okay. So let's have a look at the data flowing through each of the nodes in the orchestration. So this is the source of the data, and then it got encrypted here with triple encryption. So this is the output of the triple encryption. So it's quite encrypted and secured. Now, next we're going to we're going to decrypt the data properly. So we'll supply a the correct decompression password and the correct decryption password. For the document ID, we'll try to decrypt the data with the public key. So with the same key that we use for encrypting it. So let's see if that will work. So we'll try it here. We'll try it here. We'll try it here. And last but not least, we'll try it on in the fourth recipient. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, so it looks like decrypting the data with the same key that is used for encryption doesn't work. So the same public key can't decrypt the data. So this is how powerful PKI is. You can't decrypt the data with the same key that you use it for encryption. So what we'll do is we'll apply the correct key, which is the private key. Okay. Next, we'll set the connection properties for the databases. and we'll set the retry count to 0. So this one means that if there's something wrong, it won't retry. So next we'll set the connection string for the SQL Server database. Okay, so it looks like I used the different component. So this is not supposed to be the component that is going to be used for inserting to the database. So I made a mistake here. So we'll rectify that. These are receivers, not senders. So we'll use the senders. So we'll use Postgres there, and then we'll use SQL Server here. Oh, that's wrong again. And then we'll use Oracle for the whale, and then use the MySQL for the fish. Okay. Okay. So let's set the connection strings. Okay. Well, set the retry as well. Oracle. The same for the Oracle. Okay. Next, set the retry interval and retry count, and then finally do MySQL. Okay, so we'll save that, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna clear the data in the database just to make sure that they're empty. So we have we won't we won't see any data initially. Okay, so we'll delete the data from the SQL Server. Next, we'll delete data from the, okay, so we'll select data. We'll check if it's clear. Okay, so it's empty. Next, we're going to clear the data from the Oracle database. Okay, so it deleted 90 rows. Then we'll select, we'll check if there's any data in there. Okay, so there's no data in there. Next, we'll do the same for the Postgres database. Okay, so we'll delete and then we'll select. Okay, so there's no more data in there. And then finally, we'll do the same for uh, my SQL. Okay, so it's got deleted 728 rows. Okay, so there's no data in there. So we can run the orchestration, see what happens. We'll save that and then we'll run it. Okay, so it looks like it's successful. We'll check the data. So this is the data from the source. It's a JSON array of customers. It got encrypted, and this is the output of the encryption. So that encrypted data got sent to the satellite, which is unsecure. So, and then it got sent to the recipients. So the recipients receive the data in an encrypted format, and yeah, so they're all encrypted, and then the decryptor was able to decrypt the data, decipher the data. Okay, so that looks good. This looks good. And then let's check the destination. So let's have a look at the databases if we got records in there. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll run first the SQL server. So we'll check if there's data in the SQL server. So let's run that. Okay. So SQL server got populated with data. Let's try the Oracle. Yep, Oracle has data as well. So how many records are there? There's 200 records. And then Postgres. Yep, there's 200 data in there. 200 or 91? Not sure. Oh, it's 91. And finally, the MySQL. So there's 91 records in there as well. So looks like they all got the data correctly. And that's the end of the demo. Thank you.